Welcome, welcome, welcome below the belt. Good to have each and every one of you joining us today, and happy to say you are joining us from the sunny, the sunny cooperative republic, the cooperative oil producing republic. That is, I beg your pardon, and we are bringing this live program to you from the national capital city today, guys. So privileged to be with you guys from the national capital city. I know you guys like to say we from the capital. It's Georgetown. But in law, it is the national capital city, guys. And again, so grateful to have all of you joining us. And be sure to let us know where you guys are picking up the broadcast from. It's good weather. The temperature is not too hot here. It's not raining at all. We had some sporadic showers during the course of the morning that seem to have subsided, and it has made way for good weather. It's 27 degrees outside, but believe it or not, again, we like to go by weather.com and not the Met guys locally, but weather.com telling us it's going to be 92, there's a 92% chance of rain this afternoon. But let us enjoy this weather while it lasts, folks. And let us enjoy it while it lasts. You all know them people in the diaspora jealous of we. They're jealous of us and they go to weather here. They're jealous. Gershom, Dowden, and the other folks, Pinky and Cherry, Baskin, Greenwich, Pinky Kerr, and Gershom Dowden, Eve Austin, all the fantastic folks joining us. Gershom Dowden joining us from Long Island, New York City. I know it's cold there. I see Cherry Baskin Greenwich joining us from Barbados. How is the weather there in Barbados? Paulette Greaves joining us from Maryland. A lot of folks, Allison Pearson, Jacqueline Springer, a lot of fantastic folks. Jacqueline Springer joining us from Long Island as well. Some folks from Brooklyn. Stacey Braffin joining us from Brooklyn, and Mikhail. The names are going by so fast, guys? As you come on, why don't you share the live stream as well? Great to see each and every one of you guys. Today we're going to be joined by two fantastic mayors. We are going to be joined by one mayor out of Region 4, but more specifically, the national capital city. That mayor is going to be joining us, the one and only Mr. Ubraj Narain. We're privileged to already have Ubraj in studio, and we're going to be joined by another mayor out of Region 7, but more particularly Bartica. We're going to be joined by the one and only Gifford Marshall. These are all great guys who do lots and lots of work in their municipalities. And folks, let me tell you something. Let me tell you my story up front. I was born in Linden, Mackenzie Hospital. I left Linden already though, since I was about 3. But Linden is my born town. I always say it. I've lived in Georgetown my entire life. But I say when I retire, whenever that stage comes, whenever that age and stage comes, when I retire, I want a piece of place. I ask Gifford to look out for me for in Bartica. Bartica is where I want to retire. It is so easy going and clean and tranquil and small. That's one of the things that attracted me to Bartica. It's small and everything is within walking distance. I love that about Bartica. We have both Ubraj, Narain, my adopted city, the national capital city, Georgetown, and my retirement city, Bartica. They're both in the studio and they're going to be joining us shortly. But before we get to the conversation, we're talking today about local government elections, the PPP and democracy deferred. We're talking about this postponement of local government elections. Before we get into that, guys, again, we have superb weather and we're monitoring this election out of Trinidad and Tobago, and more particularly Tobago. Folks, the governing party there, they took a shellacking, as Barack Obama said in one of their midterms, his first midterm. They took a shellacking, a bad beating there in Tobago. A new party there, Progressive Democratic Patriots, handily defeated the PNM, the People's National Movement Party, there in Trinidad and Tobago, in Tobago in particular. And the preliminary results indicate that this new party, the PDP, the Progressive Democratic Patriots, they have won 9 out of 15 seats already. And the report I'm looking at is the Loop News out of Trinidad and Tobago. That seems to indicate that there's a possible 15-0 victory. No, folks, that is not only a beat, it is a burial too. 15-0. This is like what Mia did in Barbados. You know, the beating was so bad, Mia had to turn back and give the opposition. Well, there was no opposition because it was a clean walk with everything. They had to appoint somebody as opposition. One parliamentarian represents the opposition there because you have to have an opposition. And that looks like what we're heading for in this election out of the Trinidad House of Assembly. Right now, it's 9 seats that have been declared. And according to Loop News, they're looking at a 15-0 victory if results maintain, according to Loop News. Folks, but closer back home, we're not having elections. The PPP never like local government elections. Never like it. All right. And Gifford Marshall, if my memory serves me correctly, has the distinction of being there since we have reinstituted rather, local government elections. And folks, I want to welcome both of these fantastic gentlemen to the discussion today. Welcome, Mayor Narain, and welcome, Mayor Marshall, both from the municipality of Georgetown and the municipality of Bartica, respectively. Gentlemen, welcome to our discussion. Welcome to our podcast, Below the Belt.
Thank you very much, Sharad, and thank you to all our listeners. Or I should say good afternoon to all our listeners, and it's indeed a pleasure to be on this program. Mayor Ryan, good afternoon to you too.
Mayor Narain, you may have to unmute. I think you may have been unmute just in case. Go right ahead, sir. All right. While he has that, while he's getting that sorted out, Gifford, yesterday when we checked into with one of the regional councillors there, you guys were having some rainy weather like us here in Georgetown. How is it there today? What's the weather like?
It's much better now. We had rain from just about 2 a.m. this morning,
Mhm.
and it was cold and nice. We like days like this. As the old saying goes, days like today, the population increased.
I can understand that. Listen to me, but I ain't want your population get too big and I can't get a little piece of land there, right? Because I know people gonna be running for land there. I gotta retire there, my brother. I love it
Yeah,
where you are. Love it.
yeah, lots of land. We have lots. We have lots. Um, we definitely make a move early, and you'll definitely have your spot secured.
Fantastic. And listen, those folks who are joining us in the diaspora, you come home, guys, take a walk to Bartica. Bartica has been transformed. And I dare say, under the new AFC government, lots and lots of work was done in Bartica. Bartica is beautiful. Very, very, it has always been beautiful. It's more beautiful now. And I think that is total credit to Mayor Gifford Marshall. Well, y'all know since the Jacobins come back, they're giving Ubraj a tough time. But we having it. Ubraj, are you with us? Mayor of Georgetown, Ubraj Norain? All right. While we wait for the mayor to come in there, Mayor Marshall, what have you been up to in these past couple months since we perhaps last had a chance to talk like this on social media?
Well, I have so much to say, so you'll just cut me where necessary.
Go right ahead,
But
sir.
last, the last few months, it was a time of reflection, a time in which I was able to do some personal evaluation, and even at the level of the council, we did some great assessments on where we were and where we are today. You made a very important point, and it means a lot to me because in 2015, I was asked to sit on a council, and then in 2016, I became the first mayor of Bartico. The reality is, at that point in time, when His Excellency David Granger had announced that Bartica would become a tongue, there are many persons, even within his government, believe that uh, Bartica was not ready. There's lots to be put in place in terms of the system for Letem and
Hello?
Mabarum.
I think we,
Yes, are you? You hear me?
I think we joined by Mayor Narai now. Mayor Narai, are you there?
I get knocked off. I happy I'm on again.
You're back, sir, and we are more happy. Mayor Marshall was just telling us about some of the stuff he's been doing in Bartica there. Thanks for joining the conversation, Mayor Narai.
Thanks again.
Go right ahead, Gifford. Talk to us.
Yes. So in 2016, what we had is because right through our lives we knew about six tongues in Guyana,
Uh-huh.
and we had introduction in 2016 of Bartica, Letem, and Mabarumo. And I think this was a major development for the hinterland. And of course, it transformed those regions, Regions 1, Region 7, and Region 9, respectively. Since then, we would have had another local government elections in 2018, and we were grateful that you were re-elected to serve the people of Bartica. And you said also that Bartica would have been transformed thanks to the mayor. But I would like to thank the coalition government for the vision that the foundation that they laid over the last 5 years, and more in particular, the people of Bart for their unwavering support in terms of supporting the municipalities, supporting the elected representatives, for us to work together to bring about much needed changes. Because, like I would have said a few years ago, what Bartica represented then was like a landing. It was an entry point to the interior. So anything goes. And we really worked towards having the community transform. It was already beautiful. It just needed some care, needed some management. And the title of Guyana's Green Model Tongue also went a very, very far way in terms of us guiding us and laying out a vision for this beautiful tongue of ours.
Great. And I know the last time I visited with you, I mean, this was in the earlies of the tenure of the APNU AFC coalition government. You know, you were unleashing new parks, new recreational area. You guys had just, I think, started or about to start the boardwalk from around where they keep the regatta right around to the Stelling area. And, you know, to see all of that, you know, when you fly over Bartica, you get a chance, you're flying over places like Barbados. You know, it is so pristine and so beautiful. And one thing I'm always struck by when I'm in Bartica, and I know not much has changed, is how clean the town always is. And I think it's because you have you well, at that time you had great management still, and you have the cooperation of central government. And I know Ubraj getting some challenges. Ubraj, welcome to the discussion once more. How are you keeping, sir? And how is the weather where you are? Mr. Mayor, go right ahead. All right, I think we're getting some challenges there, folks, but we really want to hear from Mayor Narayan, again, Mayor of the National Capital City. And as soon as he comes in, we are going to take him because it seems as though we can't let him rest at all. As soon as he comes back in, we're gonna pull him into the discussion. Gifford, as we were saying, you had a distinction of being there when local government elections were reinstituted, um, being there also when Bartica became a township. I think both tremendous honors, and you have held the helm and see that town really and truly transform. The PPP, since they came into power in 1992, they had one local government elections, 1994. And for 23 years, all they subsisted on was IMCs, 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 IMC. It seems that they don't like democracy one, and then local democracy is hated. because they had almost a year to plan and execute for local government elections as stipulated by the Constitution every 3 years. And now nothing. Deferred. Democracy deferred. Deferred.
Hello.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yes. That there, our history. We should not forget our history. I can recall after the local government elections in 2016, we attended a government forum in Georgetown, and we were reminded by the then Minister of Communities, Ronald Balkan, about the importance of local government elections. As a country, we need to ensure that never again in our history should 2 decades pass and we don't have local government elections. And when you travel to Bartica, when you travel to Letium, when you travel to Mabarumo, and of course other towns around the country, you see the power of local governance because local government elections is all about the locals deciding who manage the affairs of the community. We had a major crisis here with solid waste management, and a group was elected, and we had to live up to the expectations of the people, and that is to tidy and clean the town. And we have lots of work to do. We have lots of transformational projects and ideas and initiatives. And those projects come basically from the people. And the power of the people should never be underestimated. And in this particular case, sorry, that is what local government allows for. I dare say that we took note. You follow me, right? You hear
Yes,
me clearly?
yes, very clear.
Okay. Yeah, we took note of the correspondence that came from the Honorable Minister
Mm-hmm.
in relation to the local government elections before until next year.
Mm-hmm.
And we're hoping that GCOM will have their act together quickly and we can have local government elections at the earliest possible time. Because a number of young people are looking forward to get involved of the management of the town, get involved in being constituency representatives and aiding the transformational process and agenda. So we are looking forward for that, and We will be working with our young people to ensure that they understand too the importance of local government elections. And like I was told in 2016, never again should we have a decade or two without local government election because that is where the development and empowerment of the people comes from.
And I'm happy that you raised the name Ronald Balkan, former Minister of Communities, now Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, because Minister Balkan did such exceptional work in that ministry. And we can talk about whether it was infrastructural work as part of his mandate in the ministry, whether it was lifting the profile of local governance, raising the stipend of councillors and mayors and deputy mayors. You name it, really, really tremendous work. And so kudos to former Minister of Communities, now local government and regional um, development, for the work that he did. Uh, Mayor Gifford, you raised the notion of, well, not the notion, you raised the point of this correspondence that was circulated. And I felt it was an affront to the people of this country not to even have the president installed, albeit to come out in a press conference or with an official statement that local government elections were going to be deferred. The person with responsibility, Nigel Darmnall, wrote to councillors, as you said, and deputy mayors and mayors, stating, and I want to quote briefly from the missive: "You are hereby informed that due to Guyana's Elections Commission's lack of readiness," who caused this? Lack of readiness. "It is impracticable to hold local government elections within the time frame stipulated by the provisions of the Local Authorities Elections Act, Chapter 2803," and the document reads on. And so this is all you have. Such an important institution. Mr. Balkan always talked about the local governance structure being the first contact that people in communities have with a governance structure. And so if you don't have that, then a huge part of your understanding of governance is missing. And somebody just said in one of the comments on social media that they want IMCs because there's no accountability. Mayor Gifford,
Yes, I'm right here. I'm right here.
great
Yeah,
answer.
I'm in full agreement with you on this subject. Um, Given that it is local government, I would have expected, well, I expected, first of all, it was because we debated the issue, and it was our thought that Parliament would have resumed, and of course, there would have been some amount of debate, and then a decision made at the level of Parliament and communicated to us. Unfortunately, that was not the case. But local government is so important. I would have been so happy, and I know the other mayors would join me and agree with me on this, to hear a statement from His Excellency in terms of this entire deferral and, of course, the way forward. The truth of the matter is, when we first saw the correspondence, because somebody just took a screenshot and sent it through to us, we had to really make some contact to ensure that
Oh,
the
wow.
document was authentic,
Wow.
because no, it came through to us officially after, but I
Mm-hmm,
think it was
mm-hmm.
released a few persons and they sent us. It was just circulating in a few groups, so we had to check the authenticity of the document, and that there is something that when we read it, it's something more like a prank, right? It's something more like a prank because, like I said, we were advised, especially by Vincent and Alexander, that before any move is made, a decision will have to be made at the level of Parliament. Unfortunately, well, I don't know all the laws, but we were communicated with by this letter, and we're hoping that as soon as possible we will have these local government elections.
Folks, them guys in came with Parliament. The recess for Parliament came to an end. The recess for the National Assembly came to an end on the 10th day of October. This is December. You know when Parliament is being held? On Monday. Them guys in came with Parliament and nothing new is added to the agenda. They're picking up right where we left off from August 10th before the recess. Right there. Them folks in came with Parliament and approval and constitutionality because constitutionally, Gifford Marshall, the elections are due every 3 years. They care about that. You got a screenshot. That's the first time you see this thing. Not even let's say a proper Zoom meeting with the mayor and everybody's informed at the same time or you ask for some input. Not even at the level of the head of state. They have no respect for local authorities, and that is the crux of the matter. But Mayor Marshall, one wants to believe that, a lot of folks perhaps saw this coming because I was reading, for instance, a document out of Ram and McCray, who looks at the budget and give budget reviews and that kind of stuff whenever the national budget is read. And what struck me, Mayor Gifford, is as early as January, February of this year, Ram and McCray eyes were on this whole local government issue, and I want to, for those persons who are now joining us, we are joined this afternoon by Mayor Gifford Marshall out of the municipality of Bartica. We're trying to get Mayor Ubraj Lorraine from the national capital city of Georgetown into the conversation. He's having some challenges, and we're discussing the whole notion of the PPP's adverse stance on local government elections, PPP, and democracy deferred. And we're talking about how, in this very flippant, um, nonchalant manner, they have deferred and postponed, perhaps even cancel local government elections for the foreseeable future. But this was Ram and McCray again as early as February this year. And this is what they said in a document called Budget Focus 2021 Policy Issues and Targets. This is February 2021. And in their report, the critique of the budget, they mentioned this, they stated that Ashley Singh's budget presentation was short on governance, was short on measures to tackle corruption and local government elections. This is February. And so, based on what was contained in the budget, the signal was sent. We're interested in local government elections. They had ample time to prepare, but they had no interest. Mayor Marshall.
Yes, it's very, very important. I mean, I have not seen the document that you refer to. I've heard about it though, and the reference made since early in the year. And again, like I said, I think the entire country admires the manner in which the coalition handled local government elections, and also the emphasis that was placed on local government elections. And it's for this
Exactly.
reason I repeat what I said earlier. If there was a deferral of local government elections, then His Excellency should have made that pronouncement because it is that important. It is that serious to our local, to our municipalities, to our country, and more in particular, our constitution, because it was constitutionally due in November, well, I should say by the end of this year. So any deferral should be through a statement from His Excellency. And over the last year, we've had a challenging year where COVID is concerned. We've had lots of challenges with municipalities because I communicated with mayors across this country, and I am a bit worried with the direction in which we're moving because we would want to see greater emphasis and support be given to municipalities. So, for example, in Georgetown, Mayor Narayan is a young man, someone with vision, someone who is willing and committed to the assignment and the task given. And I dare say here that Mayor Narayan and his councillors cannot do it alone. They need the support of central government. Are you hearing me? Are you following?
Yes, I'm following. Wrapped up in the conversation. Great ahead, Gifford.
Yes, great. Yes, they cannot do it alone. They need the support in solid waste management. Solid waste management alone is demands a national budget, demands a budget of hundreds, or put it this way, billions of dollars. It's not an easy task, and many times I see persons criticizing and critiquing and saying making all sort of foolish statements.
Mm-hmm.
But who feels it knows it. And right across the country, municipalities have a number of challenges in terms of paying their workers, in terms of taking care of the daily operations of the municipalities. And I keep saying on every occasion that is available to me that if these municipalities do not receive the backing of resources from central government, well, then the system will fail. So I know, and I speak here for most of the municipalities across the country, they've had a very, very tough year. In Bartica here, we've had our own fear of challenges. Solid waste management remains a big concern. Sometimes residents, complain about their garbage not being picked up in a timely manner. Luckily, I mean, for us, we were able to keep the town clean or stabilize the town to a great extent. But we could achieve much more. There's so much more that we want to achieve to the credit not of the municipality and the mayor, but to the credit of our country, this beautiful country of ours. So I am looking forward to not only the next local government elections, but next year and in January in terms of municipalities receiving support, meaningful support to execute the services to the people. And these services are vending services. We have street lights to take care of. We have solid waste management. We have to take care of open spaces, whether it be ball fields, parks, beaches, and so forth. There are drainage issues, the amount of rain that we're having now. And municipality needs resources. Let me just take this in here, quick, Sharaf.
Great ahead.
I communicate with mayors across the Caribbean, and some of the countries, for example, what happened there is that at the end of the year, the municipality would submit a budget to central government, and when they submit that budget, of course, it's approved at that level, and they provide the resources. So what you have there is the necessary resources towards or budgetary allocation towards developing municipalities and supporting municipalities. And we need a similar model here. The coalition, the government did an excellent job of bringing back local government elections and also empowering not some, but all of the municipalities. Because when they're sharing tractor and trailers, all the municipalities benefit. When they're giving out grants, all the municipalities benefit. You don't hear Bartik and Linden get grants and Georgetown left out,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need that kind of thinking. We need that kind of shift where our mentality is concerned at a national level, where resources are made available across the board.
Fantastic, fantastic, Mayor Gifford. We have Mayor Narayan with us, Ubraj Narayan from the national capital city of Georgetown. Mayor Narayan, just talk. I ain't wasting no time to bring you in. Go right ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And let me apologize to you and the viewers out there. I had a technical issue. However, I'm happy to be on your program today. And I noticed that I got a letter from the local government minister, postponed of local government election. I don't know if you saw that letter. I saw it in the media as well.
Yes, we were just quoting from it in your absence, sir. Go right ahead.
Yes, and I believe it's disrespectful to the Guyanese people, and it's a disrespectful to the councils as well, because I believe at this point of time, if you speak of democracy, if you speak on upholding the constitution of our land, you must obey it, you must follow it, and it is clear that this government is not doing that they have stated that they will do. And I hope that the international community, they're paying keen attention on the PPP administration, what they're doing. Local government,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
local, local government is necessary and it's been stifling all. I can't speak on all the municipality, but I can speak on Georgetown that the government continue to stifle and sabotage city of Georgetown. Here's the reason why. For the 2020, we did not receive any subvention. For 2021, we did not receive any subvention. We received a grant of 30 million towards our administration building.
Mm-hmm.
We continue to write letters at the level of the council without any response from the minister himself and the president.
Wow.
Recently wrote a letter to His Excellency reminding him of the Fiscal Transfer Act, Chapter 7307, the treatment, special treatment for the city of Georgetown, and outlined very clearly in that act the way finance shall dispose the city of Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
I reminded such. I am looking forward for a response from His Excellency, because my next level is to engage international community on such matter. This is our national capital city, and
Mm-hmm.
we must pay certain interest in our city. Because what I find also, Jared, that there's only a clique or a handful of people who get the benefit of this government.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an apology to make. Only a clique and a set of handful of their people get the benefit of the PPP government, which they're capable of doing not only now but 23 years when they were in power. And it continues, and we can see
Yep.
that there's no changes.
Yep. Yep.
Flood relief. Archong did not get flood relief. Only Region 2 and special region and community get flood relief.
Mm-hmm.
COVID cash grant is still questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Who had handed COVID cash grant? The Honorable Minister
Mm-hmm.
of Government and Regional
Yep.
Development. So all of these things are still questionable by the public. I receive numerous calls, letters that these things need to be justified to the public. And if a few weeks ago, if you notice, I issue a statement where the vice president himself accused the said council
Yeah. About
and
disposing land, the
on
wicked,
the,
stinking, dirty Ubraj. Yeah. Go
right,
right ahead.
the honorable minister, um, Nigel Dharamlal, accused this council of selling properties.
Mm-hmm.
And I outlined very clearly in the media that selling of properties or dispose of any property of the city, the minister will be hand in hand in such dispose of any property.
Correct.
He has to sign off
Correct.
most of the documents. And I said to them that they produce a trace of any property that dispose of this council, sell by this council, and
Assure
I
you're
will
still
resign
waiting.
immediately.
Assure you're still waiting.
And, and this is a propaganda the PPP continue to spread among our Guyanese brothers and sisters. But I want to touch something beside on the city, which I saw yesterday in Village Voice.
Talk the things,
I'm a
Mr. Mayor.
Hindu.
Talk the things.
I'm a Hindu. I'm a Hindu priest. I'm affiliated with the PNC party. And I saw article why Hindus are so silent on this government. I want to say that my Hindu brothers and sisters, they need to speak up and to be brave and they need to come out there. But I know for a fact victimization will be laid upon them. I want to encourage the Hindu priests. Many of them call me every day that they're being pushed around in ministries, in government agencies, get documents. Some want to be JP, some want to be marriage officer. In the then government, in the coalition government, we never had to watch face to give these things. We give anyone because they're Guyanese, and if you're qualified and represented by an organization, we give it to you. Before you have to become a marriage officer in the Hindu society now, you have to go through the Dharmic Sabha. You have to go through Dr. Vindi Prasad has to sanction these things. Where we heading? Is this democracy? This is totally dictatorship. So the Hindus in this country need to raise a voice and not to attack the opposition. We are speaking for the rights of the every Guyanese of this land. And what we're seeing is a biasness happening
Talk the
in our
things.
society
Talk the
today
things.
among our Guyanese.
Yep. And you know, I'm happy that you guys have been talking about the challenges. Folks who are joining us, share the live stream. We have Mayor Gifford Marshall of Bartica on the line. We got Mayor Ubraj Narain in the podcast as well, below the bell. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're talking about local government elections, the PPP, and democracy deferred. Take the opportunity and share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. And I'm happy that both mayors have been outlining the challenges that they're both facing with this administration, whether it is the as in Mayor Narain saying the what you call it, the subventions not forthcoming, them not engaging the municipalities on development. I just want to share with the viewers, listeners, some of what we have been chronicling about how this install regime has been assaulting the local governance structure. For instance, we saw them changing the stipend that the coalition government approved, upping the stipend. It was pittance when the local government elections came back in 2016. It was raised under the coalition administration. They have cut regional chairman and vice chairman stipend in some instances. We saw them interfering with the work of NDCs, just like the municipalities complaining, dictating what they should be doing with their subvention. X amount got to go to roads, X amount got to go to street lights. It is up to the NDCs and the municipalities to dictate what their felt needs are, and not for central government to be dictating. Eh? We saw the things get so bad in Region 5, Rosignol, councillors resigned. PPP councillors, not up no FC, PPP councillors couldn't take it. The own government, they resigned. And then Papa Jagabat went and begged them to come back. We saw in some other places where the PPP tried to change the will of the people. Akatash, Mr. Mayor from Bartica, Gifford, you had a little community development councils and the PPP wanting a certain result. And they come and they want to have their own elections to elect who they want. We saw Minister Sukai in Campbelltown remove a Tushau, trying to find some bridge because the Tushau won't bow to her. You think these people easy? And this is just year one. This is just year one. And instances after instances. The Nile Kosher NDC in Region 2, same thing. They want to bring in their own people. The people had an election, one result. Damlal come and smash it up because their people weren't elected. Right? So you had all of that transpiring, folks. All of that. And I can go on and on. There was a no confidence motion moved against the Rose Halton chair and vice chair. Right now, the vice chair for Region 6 is hit down a pedestrian. His case is still pending. Why? Because it's PPP. They're still waiting on a legal opinion. Instances are, I can go through at least 15 other points, right? At least 15 other infractions of this install regime, right? 15 other assaults on the local governance structure, of which Mayor Narain and also Gifford highlighted in the municipalities. Right? They have dismantled the annual mayoral conference and the national conference of local democratic organs. Things were all functioning. They don't like systems. They don't like structures at all. No funding for the Guyana Association of Municipalities. Whatever happened to that? All of these things in 5 years were operational. Right? And we didn't even talk about the people who they dismissed from the local government organs. Mayor Narayan and Gifford, you can jump in at any time. They're wicked, they stink and dirty.
For example, if you look at the city present state, I am not pleased. The coalition had helped us tremendously to get this city up and running in terms of giving us 3 garbage trucks. So the PPP government not never offer their help for us to move forward in a structural
Hollow
or a
promises.
plan to deal
Hollow
with solid
promises.
waste in this.
Mhm.
So all of these things, the PPP continue to play a blame game. They want to dictate certain things at the level of the municipality, and the minister want to sit in Fort Street, Kingston, and dictate and control all the 10 municipality and all the NDCs. But I, as mayor, I would not subject to any direction of the
Mhm.
minister, because we are a council and we will execute our duties that we swore to as a council, and we're elected official, not appointed official, and we will deliver to our people with whatever limited resources we have, because the PPP government is known to stifle the city of Georgetown, to sabotage the city of Georgetown, to impose Stone Clark on the city of Georgetown, to remove, qualify staff from various positions and demote them, fire them, using the local government commission, who ought to be an independent body, but taking direction from political arm and firing and demoting and imposing their own people on on us here at the city of Georgetown. We have many matters in the level of the courts, and I hope and pray that the court will rule fairly
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
these matters, because local government commission is acting out of their ambit according to the the laws that govern, or the chapter that govern the local government commission. Because I will tell you, I expected better from the chairman of the local government commission, because he was, I believe, chairman for Region 3 for many years,
Mm-hmm.
and he is currently um, leading in a way which will cause a lot of infraction, a lot of court cases
Mm-hmm.
from municipalities in NDC towards the local government commission. I believe that they need some kind of intervention from the international community on the local government commission, because it is very sad to see what the local government commission is doing. They want to interview these people. They want to put out the notice. They want to do everything without the HRM committee of the council. How can you do such a thing? The local government commission ought to, if there's any dispute among the council and staff, they're supposed to bring some kind of solution
Not being
or
part of the problem.
peace. And but they're creating more problem within the municipality and the local government structures of this country.
I agree with you totally. Mayor Gifford?
Yeah, I mean, persons listening to me and Orion as we speak, will think that, I mean, it's just a horror situation, it's a crisis, especially where the city council is concerned. And the message is simple: we need to build our country. We need to build on the gains of the last 5 years. And if we're going to build on the gains of the last 5 years, we have to support municipalities. Well, when I say we, I'm talking about as a nation, as a country, central government
Mm-hmm.
must support municipalities. Petty politics should not come into play with the development of our people. And where our resources are concerned, I mean, we were able to receive our subvention for this year. It's sad to hear that the city of Georgetown did not get theirs. And those are things that are totally unacceptable, because the city is where all of us travel to. Every municipality depends also on the city. And if the resources that should go towards the development of the city is stymied, well, then we know what the obvious will be. So it's a sad affair, and I'm hoping that the new year will bring new beginnings, and we will have a diversion from these policies that are definitely not good for our country.
I love that. I love that. And that's what we got to do. This country belongs to all of us. Each and every one of us. You have the right to the party of your choice. You have that right, that democratic freedom. We believe that the APNU AFC coalition is the best choice. But nonetheless, you have a right to that choice. But the
Yeah.
way these guys operate is as though it's their country. They got the title deed. Guyana belongs to them. There's no consultation. There is no nothing. And Mayor Marshall and Mayor Narayan, this is one of the points Starbuck News just over this weekend was pointing out. And an editorial we shared with our viewers on another affiliate program last evening in the ring. This is what Starbuck News said just Saturday. Mayors, not last year, not 2016, 17, 18, 19. Last Saturday, this is Starbuck News editorial. When you live in a country, and I quote, when you live in a country and city infested with garbage, after time, you learn to unsee it because to continually have to do so might turn you insane. However, foreigners arriving here are often struck by the sheer filthiness of the place and mystified that such a simple task as keeping a country clean is beyond the government of the day. Right? Beyond the government of the day. Beyond that. We got barely 750,000. Since I born, we have that. We're moving from that. But let's say that is a given. Mayor Narayan, Mayor Gifford, you got some tongues in countries of this world. For instance, Mexico City got 25 million people. And that's a city
True,
run
true.
by 12 and 15 people. Right? 25 million people inhabit Mexico City, and it is
Yep.
run by no more than, let's say, 30 persons. We got 750,000. We got 65 plus NDCs, RDCs, municipalities, local government organs. More than 65. We got an army. We got a cabinet. We got a parliament. All of that. And these people can't even keep a damn city clean. You talk what you want to talk, trenches. You talk what you want to talk, PPP people. Under the David Granger led administration, anybody visiting the national capital city, anybody visiting the Garden City, anybody visiting Guyana, period, spoke about the return of national pride, how the place was being kept clean. And that is why places like Bartica took on that newness, that freshness of a green city, of a lamp set in a hill that cannot be hidden. Under these jagabats, every man for himself. Mayors?
Yeah, and Sherrod, it is frustrating for not only those of us in office, but it is frustrating for the citizens of this country when you examine at times the petty politics. And the petty politics is that if you did not vote for me, then we will not support you. Come on, that thinking in this day and age, in a country that we're boasting and bragging that we have oil and we're talking about all these developments. I mean, where can we go? Where will we go? And there's no reason that any municipality should have to suffer because of their political differences. Like I said, the foundation was laid under the David Granger led administration, and any government want to outdo what he did should have built on those gains. And if he gave $18 million subvention, well, now come and give $36 million subvention, right? Outdo him in that, not dismantle the local government system and frustrate mayors and town clerks and councillors and people who are living within those communities. And like I would have said it before, I made it quite clear, municipalities across this country, whether it be Corriverton, Anna Regina, Rose Hall, wherever it is, New Amsterdam, Georgetown, they need the support of central government if they will be effective, because we understand the system where rates and taxes are concerned. We understand the solid waste management crisis. We understand the challenges with drainage, because most number of our towns, for example, are on the coast and they need that kind of support. So if they do not get the support of central government, then that means indirectly you're dismantling the local government system, which of course will have a negative effect on the people that lives within those municipalities.
Yeah. Mary Ryan, you can jump in if you want to. But I was going to say that, these guys talking about building some new city, some place in this country. Again, as with reference to the Starbucks News article, y'all can't even keep a city clean. Right? Y'all gonna build a new city. Y'all can't even build a proper road in Silver City, Linden, without it washing away. It's a whole city y'all want build, a whole country y'all want run. Give us a break. Give us a break. This country was on a pathway to somewhere, and then these guys arrive out of nowhere. And look where we there. Look where we there. Every
Yeah.
World Bank report recently talking about education bad, food crisis, everything bad. Mineral.
Yes, thanks again. I believe that the mayors conference that the coalition had done for those years, it should be continued, because here you bring mayors together, you bring the central government and councillors together, and we can able to work in the interest of the
Finding
people
solutions
and not
together.
to get solution to issues that face municipality. I saw a circular drawn from the local government commission about 7%. Some NDCs and municipality cannot afford 7% salary increase at this point of time because of the infraction that is taking place at the level of the Ministry of Local Government. So I just want to say to the viewers that the government is the same. There's no change. And we have to continue to hold this government accountable, because they will continue to trample on the poorer class of people. Because let me tell you something, viewers and Sharon. What I find that hurt me most, I saw the ministers and all officials say, "Oh, we're oil producing nation."
Mm-hmm.
but the oil producing nation is only for some and
Mm-hmm.
handful of
Mm-hmm.
their cabal. What happened with the others? What happened to the poorer class? No? So these things continue to happen in our society, and I hope and pray that the president can able to do something about it. Municipality need much more support.
Mm-hmm.
The 28th want to revise, review, and take effect in different ways. The recently the city council had approved amnesty policy. You know, Sharon, amnesty had held here before, but
Several times.
without any form of policy. Today, we can able to say that we move forward with a policy, very guide the process, both the committee and a special committee set up and administration, so that there will be minutes and reports to the council on the amnesty. There will be um, uh, a form to fill out for this amnesty, because there's certain uh, document you need to submit as well if you're the owner of the property and so on. So we are trying to move forward in a way to get our revenue from defaulters. And also we had stated very clearly in the policy section 13 that if you do not take advantage on this amnesty and also fails to pay his or her outstanding rates shall be subject to private execution proceedings
Mm-hmm.
instituted by the town clerk, as
Mm-hmm.
provided in the Municipal and District Council Act, Chapter 2801, Section 222. So we are trying our very best to get revenue at this point of time. And also, there's a clause in the policy where there are a lot of buildings, high-end buildings, gone up in the city, and they didn't do any valuation. They're still paying 6,000 and 7,000, twelve
Wow.
thousand a year.
Wow.
So if you come for amnesty, you have to go and get an updated valuation and attach it. So we'll value it, we'll backdate it, and you'll have to pay the right sum that owe to the city council. So our policy is very wide, and I believe it is something that other municipalities as well need to take advantage on, because we're not getting the kind of help from central government what we was getting in the coalition government. So we really, really have to find other ways to raise revenue and bring in money so that we can able to continue to serve the citizens of the city of Georgetown.
Well said, Mr. Mayor. Well said. Finances, the cities don't run on water. City don't run on water. You think about it. The municipality, I'm not so afraid with Barticus numbers, but Georgetown had a budget of, like, let's say 2.2. That's money UGs get when the year come from the budget. $2.2 billion. That is UG money. 5,000 students go to UG, 5,000, probably 6,000 by now. And you are facilitating them with a 2.1, 2.2 billion subvention to run a university. You got a city with over 250,000 residents. A budget of $2 billion can manage that. You see why we behang? We're behind. We behang. Right? This government got to get real, but we were on a pathway with the new AFC government. Everything wasn't the way we wanted. Let me admit that. But we were heading in the right direction. These guys have set us back by light year. They can't even build a road. It's a city they can manage. It's a whole country. You want to give them for manage? You better wake up, folks. Mayor Gifford, your final thoughts as we look to the end of our program. We look to program time.
All right. Well, first of all, thanks again for having me and myself and Mayor Narayan. And it's always a pleasure being on your program. Please continue to do the
It's
excellent
always a pleasure
job
having you guys.
that you're doing. And to all our listeners, we love you. Thank you for all your supports and your encouragement. And I just want to say here quickly that local government is important at every level and important to every community. We know we have NDCs, we have municipalities, and then we also have some little community development councils, because this is where the people of the community exercise their right in terms of deciding what should benefit them. and what they need to take their community, move their communities forward. So it is very, very important. And I'm hoping that one, very soon in the new year, we will have local government elections, which is a democratic right of our people. And two, after those elections, we will see greater support from central government towards every municipality in moving and development in the development of the municipality. So
Fantastic.
I hope we will see a shift in the way things went for this year.
Fantastic. Minoran, I'll offer you some final thoughts as well.
I want to say thank you again to have me on your program, Sherrod, and it's a privilege. And we do hope that this program, the Guyanese people and the diaspora, they listen to us, and the president of this country need to act in the right way to uphold the constitution of this country, which they had stated. And I hope the international community is looking on. I want to thank you, Sherrod, and we will meet.
Fantastic. Thanks for being a part of the program, Mayor Gifford Marshall from the municipality of Bartica, beautiful, opulent Bartica. And thanks as well, Mayor Ubraj Narain from the municipality of Georgetown, the national capital city. It was our privilege having both of you folks in the Ring affiliate program Below the Belt. Thanks for joining us today. That being said, guys, let's give a shout out to the folks who come below the belt every midday now. Guys, you all know we running a water night, you know. We are running a water night, and that's why we need your support for programs like this. As I've just said, we are an affiliate program to the In the Ring program. And guys, all of the platforms that are available for In the Ring for you guys to contribute, to sponsor, to subscribe to our program on a monthly basis are available here as well. And so we encourage you guys to come on board and to partner with us, folks. $5 per month, 10, 15, 20 helps our work to continue, helps us to have more programs. We got more in store. Yeah, Phoebe lash out, y'all ain't see nothing yet. We got more artillery and shots we pelting. We pelting shots, folks, at the enemy. Help us to do more of these programs. Help us to be out here more. Help us to be out front more, folks. At the Cash App platform is the $ in the ring 592. At the Cash App is the $ in the ring 592. That's our Cash App handle. At the PayPal platform, it's in the ring 592 at gmail.com. In the ring 592 at gmail.com, folks. At the MMG, for those in the diaspora, that's the local Cash App. MMG is the GTD system. Our number there is 627-6963, 627-6963. And folks, we ain't got no problem with Western Union. Yeah, one send we a freck there. We ain't got no problem with MoneyGram. We are available as well. You need any information, you need guidance, or you have information to share with us. You have some videos, you have some photographs. Guys, 627-6963. WhatsApp us there. It's been our pleasure having each and every one of you, Nicola and Cecile Ogle and Tasha Sillett. Cecile Ogle, good to see you. Sillett, Tasha Sillett. Is it Gershom Dowden? Good to see all you beautiful, fantastic folks. June Chase, good afternoon to you as well. Good to see each and every one of you guys. It's a privilege having you. Hundreds of you are watching us still, guys. Share the live stream before you go. Share our podcast, Below the Ring. Introduce our podcast to a friend and see us grow from strength to strength. Guys, come on board and partner with us so that we can do more programs such as this. It's always a privilege again being here with you, June Chase, and all you other beautiful folks, Carol Hudson. We are going to see you guys right back here tomorrow for another program of Below the Belt. Once it's 12 o'clock, we are so privileged that you guys allow us to share your lunch. I hope it's warm where you guys are. Hope you're dry as well. Stay safe, guys. We're going to see you tonight at 8 p.m. in the ring. And we got plenty of things for tag there. See you at 8 for In the Ring. Thanks for joining Below the Belt, guys. Stay safe.